Have you ever felt ignored despite giving your best to someone? It's a frustrating and painful experience. The truth is, those who love you the most often seem distant at times, not because they don't care, but because human nature works in complex ways. Today, we'll explore the psychology behind this paradox and how understanding it can shift your perspective. By the end of this discussion, you'll have a clear grasp of why this happens and how to navigate it with confidence. 1. The paradox of familiarity. Why distance creates desire. Imagine purchasing your dream car. In the beginning, you're captivated by its sleek design, the fresh scent of leather, and the way it glides on the road. Every detail excites you. But as time passes, the thrill fades, and the once beloved car becomes part of your routine. Relationships often follow the same pattern. When someone is constantly present, their uniqueness can blend into the background, leading to complacency. The things that once stood out about them become familiar, and we may take them for granted. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, reminds us that nothing in life is permanent. Recognizing the fleeting nature of relationships allows us to cherish people while they're with us, rather than regretting their absence later. 2. Love is expressed in different ways. Not everyone expresses love in the same way. Some people vocalize their affection, while others show it through actions. If you grew up in a home where love was rarely spoken but always demonstrated through care, support, and provision, you might understand that silence doesn't always mean a lack of love. Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Instead of assuming that someone's quietness means they don't care, consider their background. They may simply express love differently from you, and that's okay. Love doesn't always need words to be real. 3. Ignoring can be a test of emotional strength. At times, those who care for us might create distance, not to hurt us, but to observe how we handle their absence. Do you become anxious, seeking constant reassurance, or do you remain self-assured and emotionally steady? People sometimes withdraw as a subconscious way to gauge their significance in your life. It's not a game, rather, it's a reflection of human psychology. Marcus Aurelius advises us to focus on the beauty of life. Instead of dwelling on why someone is distant, invest your energy in creating a fulfilling life that is not dependent on external validation. 4. True love doesn't require constant reassurance. Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt the need to constantly prove your love? Perhaps you found yourself repeatedly affirming your feelings just to reassure the other person. This dynamic often stems from insecurity. People who frequently seek reassurance are often afraid of losing the connection they have. However, true love doesn't demand continuous validation. When trust exists in a relationship, there is no need for repeated confirmations. As Seneca teaches, real strength comes from within. If someone truly values you, their actions will reflect it without the need for constant reminders. 5. The fear of vulnerability can lead to distance. Sometimes the people who care for us the most withdraw when we need them the most. This often happens because vulnerability can be intimidating. Opening up means exposing oneself to potential pain, and not everyone is prepared for that level of emotional openness. Those who love deeply might distance themselves out of fear of hurting you or fear of confronting their own emotions. Understanding this can help you approach such situations with patience rather than frustration. How to respond. If you've ever felt ignored despite giving your best, remember this. The way people express love varies, and distance doesn't always mean disinterest. Instead of letting it shake your confidence, use it as an opportunity to focus on self-growth and emotional resilience. Love is not about constant attention, but about deep, meaningful connections. By understanding the psychological and philosophical wisdom behind human behavior, you can navigate relationships with a sense of peace and clarity. Stay grounded and never let another's silence define your self-worth. 6. Emotional barriers stem from fear, not a lack of love. Sometimes the people who love us most seem distant, not because they don't care, but because they've built emotional walls. These barriers aren't meant to push you away. They serve as a form of self-protection. Fear of rejection, past wounds, and the uncertainty of emotional exposure can cause even the most loving individuals to withdraw. Seneca encourages patience and understanding. Rather than taking someone's distance personally, recognize that everyone has their own struggles and insecurities. Instead of frustration, approach them with empathy. By offering support and reassurance, you might help them feel safe enough to let down their guard. 7. Self-reflection, a key to understanding distance. When someone pulls away, it's natural to assume it's because of something you did. However, more often than not, their withdrawal has little to do with you and everything to do with their personal journey. They might be navigating internal challenges, seeking clarity, or needing time to process their emotions. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control the actions of others, we can control how we respond. Instead of reacting with frustration or insecurity, take a step back and view the situation with clarity and objectivity. Sometimes, the best gift you can offer someone is the space they need to grow and reflect. 8. Not all love is altruistic, and that's okay. Love comes in different forms, and not all of them are purely selfless. Some people love you for who you are, while others value what you do for them. This isn't necessarily malicious. It's simply a reflection of human nature. Some relationships are built on mutual benefit, and understanding this can help you manage your expectations. Seneca reminds us that not all love is unconditional, and that's okay. The key is to recognize when a relationship is based on convenience rather than genuine affection. Instead of investing energy into one-sided relationships, focus on those that offer mutual care and respect. 9. The more you chase, the more they retreat. Have you ever noticed that the harder you chase someone's attention, the more distant they become? This is a common pattern in human relationships. When we push too hard for love or validation, we often create pressure that causes the other person to pull away. Think of a butterfly. If you chase it, it flies away. But if you remain still, it may land on your shoulder. The principle of reverse effort suggests that when you stop seeking external validation, you naturally become more attractive to others. Instead of focusing on winning someone's attention, prioritize your own growth and well-being. When you cultivate confidence and self-assurance, the right people will gravitate toward you naturally. 10. The most powerful love is the one you give yourself. At the core of all relationships is the love you have for yourself. External validation is fleeting, but self-worth built from within is unshakable. When you love and respect yourself, rejection and disappointment lose their power over you. You no longer seek constant approval because your confidence is rooted in your own sense of value. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When you master self-love and acceptance, you cultivate inner peace, regardless of how others treat you. Love is complex, but wisdom is simple. Choose peace, choose self-respect, and prioritize your own well-being. Final thoughts. If you found these insights helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Philosophy of Stoicism for more thought-provoking discussions on relationships and emotional resilience. Remember, meaningful relationships require time, patience, and understanding. When fear is met with empathy, it transforms into trust and connection. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.